Why are you using Upendra for such a small role? He's such a big star.
No, I did it for just Rajini sir. It was a not even dream come true. I was a big, not even fan actually. I am a big devotee for him actually. Talaivar means I am Talaivar, that's it. So whatever I thought, actually even one shot is also I am ready. I never miss any small video comes also. I used to see it like our Varavati Sonna Nuruvati Madri. I used to see 100 times, 50 times, 20 times to analyze what is there.
This film that made you a star, Anand, it's going to be 40 years next year.
41.
41?
So now I had finished all the money that I had from last 3 years. So I didn't had any money to pay an artist. So that is when I thought like, if it's a short film, let me act. So for me to act, let me write a story about my baldness.
To attract people, I started thinking from the title card itself. The title should be unique, and then I thought of for suspense thriller. Shh, how is this title? What? Shh, how can I call? Shh, that's it.
Shivana called Om the definitive rowdyism movie made in Kannada.
What is he has shown everything extraordinary. Then I left that script for 2 years.
Everybody told, you resemble Rajkumar nowadays, you look like your father. Only he will carry,
Correct.
not me. I am only his son. I don't want to go into my father's shoe. Only I want to follow his ideology. It doesn't mean I want to become him. No, I have never thought I want to become a Rajkumar.
Mritu towels from Ramraj, premium cotton and bamboo towels. Super soft, super absorbent.
Darling Solar 20500 முன்பணத்தில் இப்பொழுது சோலார் மூலம் இலவச மின்சாரம்.
Presta premium women's wear. Let your body love it.
Hello, Upi sir.
Hi sir, namaste.
Shivana is expected anytime, so hello to him and Rajvi Shetty.
Hi.
The last but most colorful person. I love this. What is this? This t-shirt and a shawl. And this is your own style statement.
I don't know what, my friends, they gave me the t-shirt and yeah, I have the shawl. So
What does the t-shirt say?
it's their small brand name, Shikra.
Oh, okay. So you're promoting it for this.
Yeah,
Nice,
it's
nice. And you're promoting 45.
Yeah,
What is the title?
45. So should we answer now or you have had a question?
So what is the title? Like what is it? 45 is a number. So is there a reason? Like obviously there's the reason for a title.
Yeah,
Can you tell it now or?
Yeah, in the teaser we have revealed already. In the earlier teaser, it has been revealed that the story revolves around it happens in 45 days.
Okay.
So it happens from the day 1 to 45. So that's the reason it's
Okay.
45.
Okay. Oh, I saw a teaser song.
Yeah, no, before that there was a teaser.
Oh, the Afro.
No,
that
before
song.
Afro Tapang there was a teaser.
Okay, okay. But you are super in Afro Tapang. That like the dancing and the colorful clothes and
Even he is also with full of colors.
yeah. No, but I think he's the one. But you guys, you and Shivana are the ones are like totally these suits and multicolor things and all that. So do you like dancing?
No, I don't know. From long back, actually, I did a film called Upendra.
Yeah.
From there, I started all these experiments.
Yeah. But you are
Of
always
wearing different kinds of costumes, hairstyle, and
But you are always experimental. In
no,
fact,
with my get-ups, I am telling.
Oh, your get-ups, okay. So you get very angry when people tell you that your films are experimental. You don't like to be called experimental.
I don't know. It is up to them, actually.
Yeah, but why do you not like that term?
I never said that it is.
Yeah, I read somewhere that my films are regular films, and why do you want to classify them as experimental?
I never.
You don't remember this? No, but I thought because you're trying to make your screenplays in a certain way, and sometimes they're non-linear, sometimes they are like very philosophical. Like UI recently was like sci-fi, very different, and like set in
It's a little bit of metaphoric and.
Yeah, and you have a lot of metaphors in your films and all that. So I think people say, oh, I'm going to an Upendra film because it's going to be very different and very, that
I don't know that brand. I don't know.
that you like that brand you have.
I don't know when I started my career. No, I always felt that I started with a small film called Tarle Nanmaga. It is a comedy genre.
And you directed that.
Yeah, I directed that. Then I did Ush actually.
It's a
With
horror
that film actually there was a new producer, new hero, and there was no such big banner and to attract people I started thinking from the title card itself. the title should be unique. And then I thought of for suspense thriller, Shh, how is this title?
Silence.
What Ush, Ush, how can I call? Ush, that's it. Then from there actually I started experimenting with posters, title designs and style of screenplay also. I started this back and forth and all those things actually because of me, my passion, I did all those things. Then it started becoming like Upendra kind of film. Yeah. I don't know.
So, but people look forward to that because I think any kind of brand differentiation is good, right? So, you started with Ondu Motte Kate, a film that I identify with a lot as well.
Yeah.
This is like
We identify.
We identify with a lot as well.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to ask you a personal question. You don't have to answer.
No problem.
But, you know, I started losing hair in my late 20s. So it was a very traumatic period before acceptance and all happened. And now you're like super cool with it and all that. When was your traumatic phase?
It was around 2021. It started early.
Wow.
Yeah. See, you're happy about it?
Yeah, because it was for me late 20s. So I'd like somebody
At
else
least
happened.
you right age where hormones kick in, I'm getting bald. That's not the right age at all. But because of that, there are funny things as well. So I always tell, when you hurt an artist, a poem comes. In the sense, whatever experience that he goes through, it will turn into a story or a poem. Yeah. So that's the beauty of an artist. So I liked a girl. And I went to her college for certain things. And her friend called me uncle. I'm like, oh, I was so hurt. I think I did the same thing in Ondu Motte Kate, where he tells Nina appana praya, he looks like your father.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. I think I saw the funny side of it and I remembered it. It used to hurt me, but then later I accepted.
Yeah, I think when you're a kid, you're called by your name, and then in Tamil they call you Anna or like an elder brother. When that uncle happens, it's like a knife to the heart. The first time you hear it, it's like, what?
Yeah.
Like, what is this?
That too, around 25, you are hearing uncle and like, oh wow.
He's like, what are these guys talking?
No, I can understand. No, lack of something is the main reason for creativity.
Correct.
Yeah.
Something, it may be hair or some money or
anything.
Whatever. My life actually money. That
Same
is my
happened to
this thing
me.
actually. Yeah.
Lack of money was the.
I'm telling you.
No, same thing. Why did I write Ondu Motte Kate? It's because I didn't have money. You know that?
I didn't know this.
So what happened was, I had done 2 short films. I got a great kick out of making that short film. And then I wanted to make film and I wasted my 3 years running around producer, wanted to make films in Tudu language. And then I suddenly had a realization, why am I running behind film? That is not my intention. My intention is to tell stories. That's the kick that I want. So now I had finished all the money that I had from last 3 years. So I didn't have any money to pay an artist. So that is when I thought if it's a short film, let me act. So for me to act, let me write a story about my baldness. Because I didn't have money, I was forced to think.
Because you couldn't cast another actor.
Yeah, I didn't
have to pay them.
Correct.
Then you started writing.
Ondu Motte Kate. I wrote that. Ondu Motte Kate was written because there was no money. Actually, that's the source of creativity.
Yeah, that is a source of creativity. So, is it true that in college time, you had a story which you wanted to make into a film, but it was very similar to Ram Gopal Verma's Shiva?
Yes, yeah.
What happened
That
then?
is home only.
That is home?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to show rowdyism with so much of realistic this thing.
Okay.
At that time, this underworld was big, huge thing in Karnataka.
Right.
This Kotwal, Ramchandra, Jairaj and all these big names. And our college is also in between those 2 areas. There were college elections was happening. And we were also involved in all these elections. I thought of showing that riser and how they hit and all, not cinematic way. Yeah. Then I saw Shiva and I thought, oh, what is this? He has shown everything extraordinary. Then I left that script for 2 years. Then that was haunting. There was a love story in that rowdyism film. That is a beauty in that home.
Yeah.
Then I thought of making screenplay in a different way. Then I started actually with hero, big rowdy is in love with some girl, threatening her, torturing her. Then we cut to actually his whole flashback. That time it started all this screenplay.
So, we have to thank Ram Gopal
Correct.
Verma
Correct.
for Om and
Correct.
for establishing
Correct.
you.
Yes,
because
of
I
course.
think Shivana called Om the definitive rowdyism movie made in Kannada.
Correct.
And I think actually, in a way, it is very unique in all of India because that kind of screenplay with that kind of character, with that kind of thing, I don't think I've seen in other places. So that's fantastic. Now, this is a multi-starrer and we're waiting for the third star. You acted, your last multi-starrer was Coolie.
Yeah.
There was a lot of criticism about why are you using Upendra for such a small role? He's such a big star. What was your feeling about that whole thing?
No, I did it for just Rajini sir. It was not even dream come true. It is not even in my dream actually. No, I was a big, not even fan actually. I am a big devotee for him actually. For his performance, for his talent, for his philosophy, for everything, way of his living. Talaivar means I am Talaivar, that's it. No, whatever I thought, actually, even one shot is also I am ready. I don't have any of this thing. I just want to stand in besides him and I will go. Then later on, actually, they developed a little bit.
Yeah.
Earlier, it was only one fight, actually. Just like
I love that fight. Huh?
Yeah.
The one with the where you're in that like the
entry
first
and
time you
all.
appear.
Yeah. It is very good, actually.
So you enjoy the experience.
No, of course.
Yeah. So tell me something that you did not know about Rajinikanth earlier, but during Coolie you just realized something. No.
ಮೊದಲು ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಕೂಲಿ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ರಜನಿಕಾಂತ್ ಅವ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾದಂಥ ಒಂದು ವಿಷಯ.
Like that? No. I from 25 years back I met him first time.
Right. So there's now no new discoveries.
No. I was like follower like every day I used to see his. Not even one day. I never miss any small video comes also. I used to see it like our Varavati Sonna Nuruvati Madri. I used to see 100 times, 50 times, 20 times to analyze what is there. Not just for entertainment, for enlightenment. Enlightenment values in that.
Yeah.
If he says Andava Solar Arnam Sahib, so much of philosophy in that.
Yeah.
Wow, what is this? All his speeches, for his 1.5 hour speech, any audio release, jailer audio release, it is like, why we need to do film with this great legend? The whole speech itself is like a film. 1 hour 15 minutes without, you can watch the whole thing like film. Such an entertaining this thing.
Yeah.
Something is
amazing. So you really enjoyed your experience.
Oh, extraordinary.
Yeah.
Each and every.
So when you were called to be part of this project, like when the director approached you, was that did you always have you three in mind?
I don't know about that. When it started, when he discussed with Shivarna sir, I don't know.
Okay.
When he approached me, he narrated the whole script. Yeah. And he showed me the film also.
Yeah. So I heard that of course it's a common knowledge now that he actually did the whole thing in animation. That is developed the whole. So if I watch that animation film, I know exactly how the whole film is going to look.
It's not even animation. It was 5.1 mixed.
Okay.
With background score.
Right. Not storyboards. It's not even animation. It's 5.1
with songs.
Mixed. Okay. With songs.
With songs.
Yeah.
5.1 mixed. Final output. It's almost like he has worked that. I mean, at least for 1 year he has worked on that.
Wow.
Yeah. I think the person himself, like our director is little crazy here because when I went to dub the film, he had dubbed all the character by himself for reference. Upendra sir's voice he had only done like Upendra sir's character. My character he had dubbed. He works so much. He is so dedicated.
Right.
I don't think he has thought about anything other than this film from last 3 or 4 years. Including that, 4 years. I think when I look at his work, I'm little ashamed about his dedication and everything. The way he prepared.
But you're also dedicated.
I am dedicated, but we always have this creative ego that we prepare well. When we see somebody who is so humble and so devoted towards their work for such a long time,
right?
It is actually, we should recognize that it is the one quality that we don't possess now, at least. Now in the sense if I might work for a project for 4 years if it is needed. But now I haven't worked for a project for 4 years, but the other man has worked. So I'm telling
Yeah. But I think, your dedication shows. I've told you many, many times that Garuda Gamana Vrishabhavana is one of my favorite films. For me, it's a classic. I watched it 3 times, I think. And it's just like a superb example of pretty much everything that I at least look for in cinema. So, but this year has been an interesting year for Kannada cinema, there have been a lot of hits. I was talking to your PR before this, and he said, okay, there have been a lot of hits, but those of us outside Karnataka, we only heard of Kantara and Su from So.
Yeah.
Those are the only two that broke out and came to the outside of Karnataka, right? So, in your opinion, what made Su from So such a phenomenon?
It was a well-made film, in the sense like, every department had worked for its fullest.
Right.
And the performance was very fresh. Okay. You don't see a familiar face. And see, when we do small budget, right, we shouldn't restrict the experience to a small experience. It should have a theatre experience. So the film was a mass entertainer without actually having any popular actors. Right. So the I don't think we were discussing about cinema and its controversy, and sir said one thing. His first film, everybody accepted without problem because it was a comedy. Yeah. So when it's comedy, it's been, because our whole generation is very frustrated, and I don't know why. Most of the filmmakers nowadays think comedy is a lesser of a genre.
Yeah.
It's not true. It's very hard to crack comedy. It's very hard to perform in comedy. And it's very hard to create comedy because everybody thinks he's a jovial person in real life. Everybody thinks he's cracking a punch. So, everybody judges a comedy film. When it crosses that and gives them a relief, I think it travels a lot further than other films.
Right. But it's like it proved that thing that if you're rooted, you actually travel more than if you make something deliberately pan-India. Because even Kantara, it didn't start as a pan-India movie.
Correct.
It's like same thing. Su from So was not meant to be a pan-India movie. So I want to ask you this question. So the really bright spots for Kannada cinema of course there have been lots of films that have been good films, but I'm talking about big commercial hits, Kantara, KGF, big movies like that. In a way, they are very good for the industry because they bring in a lot of money and also make the industry bigger. They expose the industry to a wider audience. But is there also a slightly negative effect, not of these particular films, being that everybody now starts saying, I want to make pan-India, I want to make pan-India. That has started happening in Tamil, that has started happening in Telugu, that was there in Telugu first. Now, is it now happening in Kannada also?
No, one way it is good. What you are telling is it is becoming big. But one way, if you see the regional this thing, it is going away actually. Earlier we used to fight in our own language actually. There used to 10-15 films, there were 5-6 big stars, the competition was there. And if anything was good actually, only remake rights they used to buy. They used to produce in their languages. Now it is not like that. Now it is like you can, because of all this technology and all, now they are spanning it to all over India. Now gap is becoming more bigger. The rich become richer, poor become poorer.
Correct.
The bigger become bigger more. In one way, that is one disadvantage is in this, and one way it is advantage. Yeah, few people have got that whole span.
What was your experience with, let's talk about UI, right? It was again a movie that you mounted on a big scale. Again, your trademark philosophies, the dialogues that you're famous for, all that was there. But that went in many languages, right?
Yeah, 4-5 languages we did.
What was your experience with that?
No, that is actually, because of some technical reason we could not actually, deliver at the time actually, because we did that film thinking that, keeping that election in mind.
Okay.
Then election is over, then after 1 year we got, we released that film. But it is a little bit of metaphoric actually, because I always actually, people say that, your film is always ahead of time. Mostly after 10-15 years they'll start, relating themselves, oh, this already he has told, and that is what I don't know. I always do that. I don't know why. I don't cook for that time and what's trend. I don't think like that. Maybe it is my.
You live in a time machine.
I don't know.
Going ahead.
No, the subject itself is actually don't get involved in unnecessary stories.
Yeah.
That is the main idea of that film. Yeah. Now it is happening. You see, actually, because of AI film, now people are getting confused which is real, which is AI generated. what to believe, what to see. There are so many news are coming. No, the authenticity of news and visuals are nowadays it is becoming, no, losing that this thing.
Yeah. I love love what you said about the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer, because one of the nicest films that I saw was a movie called Gantu Mute, which came I think 2 years ago or maybe 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
3 years ago, Rupa Rao's film.
Rupa Rao's film, yeah.
And similarly, there's one called Daredevil Mustafa. There's another one called, Pinky Ellie. These films. And the same story was there with everyone saying that the audiences, it's very difficult to make audiences come to these films because they want to go for what you said, theatre experience. And so what you said, local content or smaller content, is that a big, now everywhere is that problem is there, right?
That is what happening all over India. Even Kannada industry, other industries also, no, they are facing that problem because too many contents are coming. And especially the seasons, no, there are few seasons actually, like December, October, and some season, these huge films, no, no matter of which language actually. Now Hindi is also releasing, Tamil, Telugu, everything coming in our language.
Yeah.
Then actually, people, hey, what is this? We have to go that because I am spending 150 rupees and seeing 500 crore movie. Yeah. Obviously, people get attracted. The publicity will be more, stars will be bigger. So that is there. That competition is too much now, especially for newcomers.
So when you came in, you were able to make that movie, right? When you came in, you were able to make a lovely little movie called Ondu Matte Kate, which is not a theatre movie as such, but which is also before COVID, right? What is your advice to a newcomer who wants to tell a small, intimate story?
See, with what we did with Su From So was that, I took the list of challenges that the industry had. I took the list of things that people said, shouldn't be done and it won't work. And actually, I reversed it. For example, they said, only if people who are known, people will come to theatre. Stars who are known. I had acted in the film, but I hid it. That is I didn't tell it till to a second or third day. That is one thing that I did. I held it back. And the other thing is everybody were new. No cast was and it was not bombarded with contents and everything.
But one thing added, everybody came to know that you bought that film, you are distributing. That one
name, that is there.
That one name,
that is there.
Rajbhai Shetty is distributing that film.
Correct.
Everybody thought Rajbhai Shetty, first of all, is a great maker. He is buying newcomers movie and releasing it. That is a big publicity.
So that's right. When we produce itself, okay, we might have a little this thing, edge. What I would tell small filmmakers is associate with people who believe in your vision. Because see, making a film, personal film is one thing. If there is no Pawan, I don't think Ondu Matte Kate would have reached where it reached.
He's inviting all newcomers to come to me.
Correct.
That's what he's doing. Yeah. So all newcomers, Rajbhai Shetty is waiting for you.
Waiting for you. Please come.
And I'm a good promoter.
Yeah.
I am also joining with him. Please come to me.
Come to us.
All this is like this one. But your own career actually has been a fantastic example of, I'm sensing a slight shift because you're making movies like Toby, which is, it has those elements which are different, but it's also a little bigger,
correct,
a little louder,
correct.
There is a scale and scope kind of a thing. So are you also kind of saying, I can't be that Garuda Gamana guy anymore, I need to kind of get a little bigger? Is that something that you're...
No. I think it was at that time, that was needed. Right now, I'm not looking into it. It's not like, I want to be a star or I want to...
But, sorry, but you're kind of known. You're a star.
Okay, known is different from a star. Yeah.
You're a star.
Yeah.
People know you when they come to a movie, so that's a star. I mean, you're not a star like...
No,
correct.
No respect.
Correct.
Disrespect intended.
No, I love it.
Yeah. He's a biggest...
Growth is that only. Whatever growth is... According to the society measurement, growth is, now you made one film with 5 crores, now next 15 crores.
So
That
that's
is
what.
growth. If you make with 2 crores, then I say, what is
No,
this?
that's the thing. Like, somebody asked me in an interview, like, have you raised your payment? I said, yes, I have. But I have a threshold which I won't cross, even if, like, my film would do any number of this thing. I wouldn't cross it, because if I take more money than that, then I wouldn't be able to afford films which are personal, simple, and that's my goal.
But why, supposing somebody comes and says, Raj B. Shetty, I'm giving you 50 crores.
I don't want money.
No, why don't you take just the money that you want and give the rest to people who want to make movies?
But, like, the thing is
He
it
will
a...
do that, actually.
No, is it a...
He'll produce more movies.
Yeah, I will do that. Yeah, I will do that.
Yeah.
But is it a film that I would be very proud of?
Yeah.
Yeah, if that is the case, I would
As long
do.
as you can curate the...
That's the thing. That's
the
the
kind
thing.
of
Balance, yeah.
balance, yeah.
Yeah, I want to produce for sure.
He's like, why are you giving me all these things right now?
Ideas.
No, he actually, the thing is, he used to troll me till yesterday in Kannada. Now he has shifted to English. No, I like.
Enjoying it.
But tell me, what is your favorite Upi sir film?
Upendra.
Upendra. Okay.
It has inspired me in, like, see, I told him, like, even today when I was coming with him, the discussion was about all the topics that you are asking only. Films, Rajini sir, Upendra, everything came.
Okay.
And the reason being, like, when I saw...
What is the first film you saw?
A.
Okay. All right,
Yeah.
yeah.
A I saw thrice in theatre. And when A released, I was 11 years. And I was mesmerized by the posters itself. Even now, Garuda Gamana was a hand-drawn this thing. It is a tribute to the filmmakers like him, because who inspired us to look at a poster and, like, and that was an invitation to the world which was beyond our reach.
Right.
I think as an ode, as a tribute, I always make sure that, like, my posters are hand-drawn and which has a personal feel. Yeah.
So when you were making A and Om and Sh and all the single letter till UI,
Swastik.
you changed with UI.
Swastikas, there is a swastik.
Oh, there's a swastik also.
Super.
Yeah, actually,
Super
yeah.
is-
But okay, it's one word, we can say. Okay,
Why?
like at least one word. So, did you realize that you were setting a trend?
I don't know. That time, I can, that Om came because of that subject, because he's a Brahmin guy, I can, becoming something and all those things. And then I thought of Ye. Then I really, after Ye, Ush, Om, Ye, then I am repeating. Then I put Upendra. That is not single letter thing. I don't know. By that time it started. Then I kept the symbol. It is not even title. It is super. Even zero.
But you
also
only
is there.
told it's super, or like, people?
People said, actually, I thought of either it is zero or super. There is zero is also there. Then people made it super. This is also, UI is like Nama.
Yeah.
That is what we are getting from outside, actually, by getting involved in other stories.
Right.
And coming out of that is, actually, that is separation, you and I. That is something, that is what I wanted to tell you.
Yeah, and those are the things that I think people kind of find it unique in your films, right? Because everything has a context or a meaning or something like you and I, something like that. Yeah, you think very differently. That's a good thing, right? It's like I'm like, how do you, for example, tell me, forget describing it as non-linear, whatever it is, but how did the idea of UI come to you? Because you speak about a lot of things in that movie, right? You speak about lust, you speak about greed, you speak about a lot of...
Escaping from the brain.
Yeah, all that. Yeah. So when you start, like, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? Like,
no, Yash saw that movie, and he is the one person who analyzed with one word, actually. Finally, he came and actually in front of Mike and he said, this director is telling story itself is wrong. That is what it was bothering me. Something he said, actually. Because the idea of that film is, the director throws his subject, he tells, I don't want to tell any stories. Yeah. Because why should I involve in somebody's story? That itself is a big thing for a storyteller. Right. Nobody accepts that. I am a storyteller, I realize that why should I tell some stories to others? Why they are coming to theatre? Because their story is not good. They are not enjoying. They want something else, actually, to enjoy. Why do you want to see my story? Just make your story better. That is the whole concept of that subject.
Yeah.
But as a filmmaker, it is very difficult to tell that actually. As a director, I am telling that I don't want to tell any stories. Right. Throws away the subject, that script and goes away.
Yeah.
And finally, he tells that come out of it and actually, make use of your time. That is what the clock actually in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a very, very, what to say, I don't know how to tell that.
Complicated.
No, but I think see, there will always be people who like or dislike or whatever it is, but that sense of uniqueness is amazing because nobody else makes movies of a certain kind like the way you do, right? So sometimes do you feel, okay, they're saying that my movies are ahead of time, they're going to be seen by the future. For once, let me make a movie for today, like which today's generation is going to like and enjoy.
No, I always feel that this is today relevant subject, relevant time. Actually, I don't know why. Actually, people after watching the film they say it is ahead of time.
Okay.
Let me tell you one thing. Actually, according to me, now the education is getting very this thing. Actually, because of AI and all, I always feel that what they are teaching in our education system. Again, the same social studies, science and all, everything is available. Why can't they change? This is my mind. If somebody make a film on this education only, I always feel this is not relevant.
Yeah.
Because it's outdated. I feel like that. But people may not think like that. Because people are sending kids to school in this AI generation.
Right.
I don't know whether I am right or wrong. I don't know. I always feel that actually, this is the right time. That's why I want to tell this.
So have you thought of your next film?
I am just thinking, we'll see.
Okay.
I told in the subject, I don't want to do any subjects.
Okay. So, Raj, is it true that Arjun Janya, the director of 45, he said that, he's envisioned the three characters as Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva. And there is an undercurrent of Sanatana Dharma that goes throughout the film. Is that how he described it to you?
No, that is not true. I think there is a lot of references to the stories that we have read.
Okay.
Or we have forgotten. For example, Garuda Gamana Rishabhavana has nothing to do with religion, right?
Yeah.
It's a Purana that's been interpreted in a very different way. It doesn't say something and it doesn't do anything. I think this film is also, you need to watch this film on the story value, experience value, and as a part of a Indian culture or Indian Puranas that we have forgotten. The reference might come.
Okay.
It's not it's not the preaching or anything.
No, not like a preaching. It's an interesting concept, right? So, because if you have three
no, it's
stars,
not. The Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwar, that idea is not there.
That is not there, okay.
That is not there.
Okay.
That is not there.
So
but there are references to, some of the elements that you need to see in the film.
Because your character, how did he describe your character to you?
It is a very emotional character. He is behind one character because of some emotional reason. It is like that.
It is like that.
Yeah.
So your character is seen with the bull.
Yeah.
And
It
Shivana's
refers
character
actually something,
is
yeah.
seen with a lion.
Yeah.
And
I'm just running.
You're just running.
He's like a normal man. Actually.
Okay. That's why you're wearing a nice this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, very comfortable.
Yes.
Yeah. So when this whole project came together, you've seen the finished film?
No.
Okay. Have you seen the finished film?
Yeah,
okay. Did it come close to the animation thing?
No, it is absolutely better than that.
Yeah,
See, when the animation is there, the beauty of this film is we loved our childhood idols like Shivarajkumar and Upendra. And this film actually works like a tribute to these two great stars and great human beings as well. For example, if nobody can replace Shivarajkumar in his role because it needs to have a certain image that he has attained in his works. If that is not there, then the character may falter. With the same thing, somebody like Upendra sir is needed for the role that he played because of the attributes he have, because of the body language he has. So he had always that the idea of experimentation with the costume and with all the body language was always there in his film. So these two characters fit in so very well. So it looks like a, what do you call, like a great tribute. So I am happy with whatever that is achieved in the film right now, because it was an animation version which didn't have this. Now it has
now
this.
with the real life stars.
Correct. It has more value.
Yeah.
There is a walking shot, and like, suddenly a shot of Basha comes in this thing, negative, this thing. Why it is so relatable? It is not a human being it is walking. It is our nostalgia that it is walking, right? I think that value is a lot in this film.
Yeah. So when did you realize that, wow, whatever I set out to achieve has worked? I think I'm a star. When did that realization happen?
Still no, I don't think that.
Please,
No,
really.
No, I don't believe in that star.
No,
actually.
but you must be aware that because you're making movies also that there is people are around you, they want to take pictures with you, all that is there.
That is
right?
okay, because whenever they want to take picture or something, see, till now they talk about Upendra and all this, whatever I wrote, whatever as a director, maker, I created, no? That is now also they talk.
Yeah.
And I always feel that even though what is that Brahmani Puja illa, that whoever the creator, they don't worship, but I see that that has got that value.
Yeah.
This hero stardom comes and goes I always respect that, I always work on that, and I want to tell new ideas, new thing, whatever I am feeling, that gives me more kick.
But there was a phase when you were making movies fairly regularly, and then there was a 10-year gap, and then you started again, and then there was a 4-year or 5-year gap, and then you started. So you were working as an actor, but as a director, you were kind of slowing down a bit.
10 years I gave gap after Upendra.
Yeah.
10 years I started working as an artist.
Yeah.
I acted in so many movies with other directors to just explore. Let me see, because
Explore as in?
like different stories, different kind of filmmaking and all. Then I did Super, then I gave again 5 years gap, then I did Uppi 2, and then again give a 7 years gap, then I made this UI. I don't know, because I always feel that actually if I want to tell something, why I am telling, what I am going to tell actually, what that people they don't know, I think that they don't know, I want to tell that actually, what is that special? No, like that actually, that only gives me that a kick doing, writing script and making film.
Nice. So you're saying that after a point, like you needed that time to breathe and like kind of think about something unique. That time.
No, like that actually, whatever the unique and all different, I keep it aside. But I always think that actually, what is that people I want to tell? Right. I realized that actually, watching film itself is wrong or right. I started thinking. Because if somebody is telling some story, what message is sending me? Is it good or bad or what? Actually, then it is a political also. Actually, this film is not only social; it is a political.
45.
Yeah, UI.
UI, right.
UI. There is a political, and we hear a lot of stories, and now it is right, left, and all. Like, nobody is in center. And I started a political party also for this film who are in center. Yeah. Like, not to recognize with right and left, human beings. Like I started political party. That ideology is Prajakiya. It is not Rajakiya. And I always tell people why you are getting involved with all these stories. Those are all fake. They are emotionally feed you, drag you here and there. You be here, you look at your house, look at the surroundings, what's happening, and come and give some solution. That is my ideology, and I want to tell that also in this film, and with philosophical,
Right. So, do you think a film should be viewed as just a film, or should we also talk about what is like the film with respect to society?
No, it depends. No, some films are there to just entertain 2.5 hours.
Right.
Some stories actually tell some good messages, how to live, how to, Some films are like my film. It connects to even society also, politics also.
So let me take Om for example. Like, today there is a lot of, we live in a world of social media. So there are a lot of people, and of course there's no good right or wrong in this, because some people will say this, some people say that, or whatever it is, right? There might be a view that, Rowdy is being celebrated or whatever it is, right? So in the film, so should we look at Om as just a fictional story, or like is that also a valid point of view?
That also, because we casted real rowdies in that film.
Yeah.
Because actually I wanted them to tell actually rowdyism is not good for the
Right.
society.
Right.
No, not any artist to tell that message. That's why we called some real rowdies and made them act. And finally they tell actually this, that journalist actually, no, this is not good, we don't want to continue with this. Right. So that is the message we wanted to tell in that film.
Right. As actors, you acted in a lot of, I wouldn't say realistic necessarily, because Toby, like we discussed, was in a hyper-realistic zone, but still within like a certain, there are people to look at and all that. UI was probably one time you experienced visual effects and like working with that. What is that like? Where sometimes you may have to like imagine what is around you. What is that kind of acting like?
I think in all of the form of acting, the visualization or imagining something is a part of acting.
Right.
Like when it is in VFX and everything, it is not because of the, even like, when I hate a villain, I'm imagining him to be like, bad, imagining him to do, he would have done something to my friends or close people or something. But in VFX, the only problem is the visualization should be much more stronger, because like, you don't even have an atmosphere, you don't even have like, anything other than green screens sometimes. So that is when like, your visualization skills should be very accurate, and you need to be a little more prepared then, because see what happens is like, when I see a water bottle, like, I want to drink is a thought that I can show in my face, but when there is no water bottle, then like, I need to create a thought and create a water bottle also. I think that's the thing with VFX, but that's a part of our job.
Yeah, yeah. No, I was just wondering, like that, I think you explained it perfectly with the water bottle example. It's like there's an extra level of
work that should happen inside you.
Yeah, yeah.
And sometimes like, you need to know the timing, that, this and everything. Hello.
Hello, sir. Shivana, so happy to see you.
Thank you.
I think the last time we met was before the release of
Baradwaj
Rangan.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Baradwaj Rangan. So the thing is, and after that is when the news came out, and I'm so like happy to see you. Everything went well.
Yeah.
You're good. And I was very touched by the message on Twitter that you put out, which was like, you said that I was scared, but everybody around me was very brave. And so everything went well. And I was, because there are a lot of people whose first reaction is, it could be to be scared, but for somebody to admit it, it's actually a nice thing, because I think it helps other people deal with difficult situations. It need not be necessarily this situation. It can be any situation. But I read that and I thought, this is a genuine person talking, like I was scared, but this is not a hero talking. This is like a genuine thing. I loved hearing that. So thank you so much. And it's so good to see you back with a big movie. So we were talking to these two people, so I think now you should take over. Okay, let's come with this. What did you think about Sue from So?
I think he's brilliant actually. From the first film, Mundu Motte Kathe, from that.
We talked about that actually.
The
in a way you won't expect.
The way the transformation from that film to Sue from So, phenomenal variations of performances, and it's not easy to, for his body structure, for his body language, I think it's quite phenomenal. And he is a very aggressive person. Right. He thinks a lot, and he writes very good. I think his writing is very good. He knows how to perform. Yeah. That's a very genuine thing. And it's very nice. And I was thinking, when will we get chance to work with some good people, some good actors. So it's natural, because we work with everybody, but acting with genuine actors, it's very rare, we get. Like Upendra, we have done 2 films together as an actors, but he has directed my film, Om, one of the phenomenal films in my career.
We spoke about it, yeah.
We can't forget. So now joining V3, that's and Arjun Janya first venture.
So Arjun Janya said that you were the one who asked him to direct the film, because you said you're saying all these great ideas, why don't you direct the film yourself?
That's what I'm saying. Nobody can step into that shoe.
Okay.
His thoughts, nobody can step in. Either Upendra or Rajnikanth, nobody can step in. Only he can, because he knows what he wants to take, what he wants to get from all the actors. Actually, you won't believe, he just said me within 4 to 5 minutes. The whole story, 3 characters, acting. With acting he showed. So I said, quite brilliant it was, and there was a novelty in the idea.
Yeah.
That's a very beautiful thing. And that is the magic happened with all of us.
So you act in 3 parallel stories, but there's also overlapping scenes where you interact with each other.
Lot of
No, it's one story itself.
Okay.
But we all have one thread that is connecting us.
Okay.
It's 3 different life which needs to come together for some purpose.
Okay.
So, connection, yeah.
I asked you about Upi sir. Now Shivana's film, make a choice.
Make a choice in the sense?
Like your favorite?
Yeah, Om is my favorite. Yeah, Om is my favorite.
Okay.
And Jogi, I loved it. I went to the theatre. I think it was in Central. Yeah, Central in Mangalore. Central. And I came out crying. I'm like, that's a beautiful film. Even now, even when I hear the music of the film itself, I feel as if, the beauty of that film for me was there was a dance form in that, but it was used in a saddest way possible.
Right.
A son dancing in front of his mother's this thing. That was such a beautiful visual. It was visual storytelling and Prem's direction and Sir's acting.
So, this film that made you a star, Anand, it's going to be 40 years next year, 2026.
41.
41? 2020, it was released in
1996.
96. So, next year would be
40, it completes 40. 41st year it will be.
I think here we have this concept of running 40 or whatever. In India, it's a thing.
Running.
Yeah. But does it feel that long?
No, I don't feel at all. When I turn back, I think 40 years ago. My God.
Yeah. I mean, of course, you had acted like a child actor and all that, but this was your first.
Child actor, 1 or 2 films.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
too very. That time I was never interested also.
Yeah.
I threw the big gun, all went off. I was studying here only. The shooting was also. I remember somewhere in AVM studio.
Okay.
Shooting.
And you went away?
I went away. No, I
You
told
threw your wig and went away?
Yeah. Middle I'm there, center I'm not there at all. After some time I'm not there at all.
Okay.
Everybody was asking, where did you go? I said, threw the wig and went off.
But what made you say, I want to return to films? When did you say, this is what I want to do?
Actually, it happened by this one because I was in New College. So it was in Devi Theatre. So we went for a film, bunked the college, went there in interval time, just came out with the friends and having a cigarette in the hand, was just smoking. And somebody came, sir, yeah, what? Attitude that time. I said, what? I want to make a film. I'm a director. Tuck, I went back, got scared. Maybe my father would have known. If they go and tell him what to do, tough. I said, oh. I said, I'm a college student. I'm son of Rajkumar, I told me. Next day they came, Malayalam director. Some people, Malayalam people. Yeah. Then they came and they wanted to ask my father. They said, I did not know that my son was interested. That time he asked me, I don't know. They asked, I just told I'm son of yours. I did not want to lie or something like that. Just came and next day I thought, okay, fine day, went. Next moment I went there, then I was just looking at the mirror. I'm just thinking, somebody's asking me to do this as a hero. Am I looking like a hero? Then the attitude comes down naturally. Okay, oh my God, that combing and all. Okay, fine. I'm a hero now. Okay, fine. Then all of a sudden, all that jumbled up and.
Nice. And you were comfortable right from day one?
I went to Film Institute,
right.
Adyar Film Institute. I learned Kuchipudi from Venkatachin Satyam in Parangal Park 1 year. So,
performing was not an issue.
I was in Film Institute. That's the main thing. We get trained theoretically and practically.
Yeah.
We had a lot of classes like improvisation, miming, then classic style of acting, everything, romantic style. All this one was there. And I went to Delhi also for a competition for dance and drama in 85. I got Best Dancer Award for that.
Nice.
It is almost national level competition.
So, this, of course, I have to ask you this because you mentioned this. So, in that class in Film Institute, what would they ask you to do to practice romantic acting?
I mean, romantic style of acting.
Okay.
It's not romance action.
Okay. It's not a romance scene. Okay.
Like making a scene, just giving like improvisation, a boy and a girl, and they'll send the boy out and say to the girl something, and they'll come and say, you two are in very, very deep love. Suddenly she calls me brother. And oh my God, what the hell, how to improvise? I said, what? Come again, brother. And what the hell you mean by we went to film together? It doesn't mean that if you go to film, we were very close. I will say, I heard that suddenly the scene changed. I heard that you are going around with somebody, I did not believe. But if it is like that, I'll kill you.
Wow.
So it formed like that. Somehow, no, that's improvisation, cell of classes.
So when you listen to like Arjun Janya's narration of 45, are you also able to like take it forward in your mind?
When I heard, I thought 100% he'll make it because he showed me one scene also after 3 weeks. He showed me one scene in animation.
Yeah.
How you main scenes, that is mine introduction, Upendra sir and Rajkumar Shetty. All three of us. This one was very brilliant.
Yeah.
I thought yes, he'll take.
Yeah.
Because the way he told the story, way he scripted, nobody will believe. If you go inside theatre, you'll go to another world.
Yeah.
You are in a present world, going to another world, it's very different.
What was it like dancing in that song?
That was just a promotional song. Always fun.
It was only a promotional song.
Yeah, it's a promotional.
It's not there in the movie.
No.
Because I was like, these colorful outfits, they have to be seen on the big screen.
It was just a promotion, but there's a meaning in that song where you can connect the film.
Okay.
When you come and see the film, you can connect the film.
Right. And it's also, they've taken some signature steps and all that and done that.
Hook steps, no, my Upendra's famous step, my famous step, and he's good at that tiger.
So they've taken those
Yes,
things and see, you're a star.
No.
See, you have a hook step that's associated with you. That's
For
like,
Garuda Gamana. Yeah.
So when you, I asked them this question, but I would like to know what you think also, because you've also been a star for a very long time. When you see movies like Kantara this year, so, like KGF, or like a lot of people, it's fantastic for Kannada cinema because now it's no longer this, like it's growing, right? That's happening. But is there also a negative side to this in the sense that people want to make bigger and bigger and bigger movies and the smaller movies are getting like not made as much? Like, can you make a Mungaru Malai today?
No, I don't believe in that. It's not a smaller film or a bigger film.
Yeah.
It's a film.
Right.
Because sometimes bigger film also doesn't do well.
Yeah.
Smaller film do very well.
Yeah.
There are a lot of examples like that. And
Sufam is a great example.
that recently that is the biggest example.
Yeah.
And what all films we made from that time, including Jogi might be little expensive comparatively. Otherwise, all the films, Om is a phenomenal film. There, if you hear the budget, it will be Om Madbekar. It is not. We made shooting was around 60 to 70
days. Yeah.
60 days.
Okay.
50 lakhs, 60 lakhs.
60 lakhs, that's all.
That's a different time.
No, I'm saying whatever it is. But now one film takes so many crores.
Right.
Now, present day, if you want to do Om, even now Om can be done. Yeah. With same artist, same this one, we can do it within 2 crores. Possibly.
Yeah.
Because the script is like that. Here nowadays what happens, they don't do the script. They say the line, they go for shoot. In the spot they'll start, okay, we'll do like this. So they think only elaboration or showing a big scale in this one, here makes a film hit. No, it's not that. There will be a content where people get connected. Tomorrow if they come and say, nobody will say, hit films cannot be called by names. Tomorrow if I go today, they call me Jogi, they call me Satya.
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah.
Great, that should be recognized. Not only film becoming a hit or a huge hit or bigger hit, no. People should recognize them saying that, hey, our Satya comes here, our Jogi comes here. That is the film.
People still call you Jogi.
Yes,
yeah.
They call me Jogi now also. They call me, Taguru Shiva they call me now. So it's all like that. Now they call me Narasimha. If I come to Chennai, they call me Narasimha. Hey Narasimha, how are you?
So you're joining with your Taguru co-star Dhananjay in Hemant Rao's film.
Yeah.
666.
Yeah.
That movie. How's that?
Very interesting film. I think nobody will believe actually. It's a very nice twist is there. And you can see some good retro. He's tried some retro with, you can think of old Rajkumar's CID films, Bond films. It will be in that style. Even the look is also just like father's look, small motion.
In the trailer of 45, you end with your father's song. When you come in that female thing, why did you choose that particular song?
No, it was it was only.
Arjun is the director's choice. You didn't.
No.
Okay, so I thought because that's such a like a big song, I thought maybe you had a hand in picking that out, kind of a thing. So, but generally, Arjun is also a musician. Like how what do you think about that?
I think.
I mean, like his songs, his style. He's done over 100 films.
Yeah. Like he has single-handedly made many films. Absolute musical hit in theaters. Because of his songs, many of films has won in theater. Just to see that song, people used to come.
Right.
So he knows the gauge of the audience in a musical sense. And we think that sound is a lesser medium and visual is a higher medium. It's not the case. You can watch a bad visual, great sounding film, but you cannot watch a great visual with a bad sounding this thing. You need to, so it's 50-50, that's what we call. So because of that, he knows the tempo of storytelling. So he...
Correct.
Don't
Don't get scared.
See, what an idea actually. Bad visuals with good music and something very...
it's
Something is very... thought process is...
thought-provoking. Whatever he says...
Whatever he says, it's something new.
Yeah, something we never
End up
heard
playing,
of.
no?
Actually,
I told him right at the beginning, even a shawl is very new. So
Yeah.
it's so I'm like, I've never seen this pairing before. It's fantastic. I think you're very unique.
Unique, yeah.
Yeah. A person being himself is good. Always.
Yeah, it is.
After coming, we should not change.
Yeah.
This is the way I was in the college days, in my school days, I was same. That's why I'm wearing the same thing. Everybody told, you resemble Rajkumar nowadays, you look like your father. Dhoti and come. Only he will carry.
Correct.
Not me.
That was
I'm
his
only his son.
Correct.
Please let me leave it to my father. I don't want to go into my father's shoe. Only I want to follow his ideology. It doesn't mean I want to become him. No. I have never thought I want to become a Rajkumar.
What was his ideology?
Yeah, be sincere. Be punctual. Be sincere and go. Be yourself. Don't try to be like others. Don't be jealous. Don't see at them. You go, you see your way. If you see also, appreciate and send.
And yesterday,
God will appreciate you.
Yesterday he told something very beautiful. He said, people celebrated him as Rajkumar and he lived like Mutturaj. That's so beautiful, right? On screen you can be anything. But he lived like a Mutturaj. From before the film, however he was till the end of his life. It's not easy. Success corrupts you easily.
Yeah.
So when people think that, people tell that you can easily be the next big thing, next CM or anything in this state, you have that power, and not to use that power needs a lot of courage. I think only Dr. Rajkumar could do that.
No, actually, even here, there is an energy that I believe in. People say energies, right? It's like it's something that I believe in, and I'm sensing such a nice collaborative energy here. Like there's no oh, I'm a bigger star, you're a newcomer, like that. It's not happening. But I have been through interviews where, at the beginning of my career, I've interviewed someone and they were a particular type, but then say 4 years later, I meet the same person after they've given some hits, and somehow they change. Again, no judgment here, because these things are very, like he says, success is very, all kinds of things can happen. So it takes, I think, extra effort to to focus on the work and not on the other things that are around you. I think that's fantastic. So but that must be difficult, right? Because there'll be people telling you you should do this, like the person who told you why don't you be like your father, how do you
I tell no, I can't do that also.
Yeah.
I was never like that.
Yeah.
Because father liked me from my younger days. He liked me because I was very frank. Even when any previews I go for my father's film, first thing my father used to ask is, everybody will come and say, okay, it's good, very good, fantastic. They'll say, you ask my elder son, he'll tell correctly. Anything in the house, they'll say, Dodona Keli.
So you'll tell him this movie is not good.
No, if it's not good, I'll say no, okay. I'm exactly, even Vishnu sir's first film, Nagarao. It was in Sapphire. They had a preview there, premiere. Putana Kargal. Yeah, I think you should be.
Putana Kargal,
Very
of course.
famous.
Yeah.
So I did not know who is Putana Kargal. My uncle was the father's brother, Chikkappa, Vardharaj. He is very close with everybody in the industry because he is one of the topmost brain in our industry. So he was there. I used to call him Apana, Bhartin Apana picture. Then he introduced the director. Hey, sir, very, very beautiful. Film 100% Silver Jubilee, and I loved that hero, Vishnuvardhan sir. Tell him that I really love him. He's very handsome. I just came. He was just asking, who is he? My brother's son, Rajkumar, Dodma, Shivanana. Oh my God, who is he so? ಎಲ್ಲ ಫಿಲ್ಮ್ ಅವನ್ನೇ ಕೇಳೋದು ಅವ್ರ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಣ್ಣ ಅವ್ರನ್ನೇ ಕೇಳೋದು ಫಸ್ಟು.
They ask him first, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, somehow from my younger age I'm like that only.
Right. What was the experience of directing him?
Oh, it's an extraordinary experience. Like this.
Okay.
No, anything I used to know because he was such a big star at that time only. He was a very newcomer. He already given 3 hits, hat-trick hero and all. I used to ask him, I want to do this, small thing. Hey, okay, ma, come on, what do you want me to do? It was so good, he made me so comfortable. He prized me like, he is our next character, you see. I asked Shivanna, why actually after 4 days of shooting you are telling me so much? No, ma, you see, actually people will tell you. So this thing. Actually.
And he was right.
I don't know, yeah.
See, that's what he was like, he asked Dodana.
Yeah,
He's right even there.
Yeah.
So,
before I'm not saying because he did Home for me. Before that also, even Tarleran Maga, you won't believe, Puneet has watched at least 25-30 times. Always he'll be telling. Always he'll say, my God, he got damn crazy on that film. And Ush on film he did. That was really another amazing. There's some brilliant thoughts.
Yeah.
Why silence? Simply to keep shh. That doesn't mean that it won't make sense. But there is a beautiful thing there. Something is there good about it.
Yeah. Before you came, we were talking about, how Raj's films, those of us who live outside Karnataka are able to see now because everything is released everywhere with subtitles. Whereas Upi sir's films or your films, some of the older ones, we are not able to. But
yes,
on Sundays, when they're on Doordarshan, they used to show films with subtitles. So I've seen Vishnuvardhan Aarti films, I remember random films like Gejje Pooje. There's a movie like that?
Gejje Pooje, yeah.
Yeah, so all these films used to come on Sunday afternoons and, with subtitles. Yes. So I was like, the NFDC did some really good work in terms of promoting all language films, that's no longer there. So today it's become more of, because I was speaking to a producer sometime back and he said, people essentially see 3 types of films. They see their own language films, or they see English films, or they see Hindi films. So that was the general mix that they said. I don't know whether, this is one person's opinion. I don't know that this is a real verifiable fact or not. But, it sounded like, I don't know. So, but what do you think about the Kannada OTT space now?
Now it's improving. Okay. Some artists, no problem. Now it's improving. I think it should improve more.
Yeah. Would you consider acting in an OTT series or something like that?
If it is good, why not? Yeah. But only thing they're not giving enough space. That's what I will be saying. You just learn from others. If you want to improve your language, you have to just come out of it. For other things they do.
Yeah.
They should do for these things.
Yeah.
Web series, good web series. You should try. They don't try. Now I'm doing one show for. I told them also, You are making only, you are saying, you'll finish this one. It's enough of making money. Make something good, automatically money will come. Yeah. You care only for money. Oh, I should get the TRPs and some of the... but however the quality won't bother. We see Netflix, we see other... Why we see? Because of the quality. I am not saying we have to do the quality like what they make. Right. At least to some level. Yeah. At least to, if you want to compare, hey, it's okay, man, no problem. At least we are compared to them. Yeah. Even though we are not 100% to them, at least some portion. No, that's the main thing. We keep on fighting, we'll see.
But one thing I'm really noticing a lot is, I'm seeing a lot of very good Kannada art cinema from people like Natesh Hegde and all those people. Some very, very interesting Vagachipani, all those films are coming out. But I think they end up only in the festival circuit, if I'm not mistaken. But Upi sir, would you, given that you make these films with so many ideas and all that, would, let's say you have 8 or 10 episodes of OTT, would that give you more space to expand?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So depending upon the subject.
Right.
Yeah,
have you thought about it?
No, I always think if I get that idea, definitely I want to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
There is a lot of scope of time actually, I can take beautiful shots without this restriction of 2.5 hours, no? Yeah. That itself restricts actually creators. Yeah. Make film in 2.5, 3 hours, no? Some subjects you need lot of time. For performance also you need a lot of time. It is a great advantage in OTT series.
Right. When you make a film like 45 also, because it looks like a big movie, right? So you feel sometimes that, like the old days, a guaranteed movie used to be 3 hours, 15 minutes or something like that. But now it's like all, 2 hours, 20 minutes. I think people want that because they can play that many shows. So that they can play more shows on the opening weekend. So closing thoughts, what should we...
No, the timing we can give. But for 45, what content was there, this much time is enough. If you would have done something more things, it would have become.
How long is 45?
2 hours, 25 minutes.
Yeah. And also there is an urgency in the film and the story.
Right.
So to deliver that, we need to... Yeah.
And the way he has split this one, nobody will find that he has got less or he has got more. No. All the 3 of us come, one frame, it's amazing. 2 of them, beautiful. And 2 of us, something else. And 2 of we, something else. Everything is connected.
But Raj, what was your experience of interacting with on screen? I mean, you probably met them outside, but like while performing with these 2 genuine stars, superstars, what was your takeaway like from the...
I think they were superstars less and genuine more.
Okay.
In the way they converse, in the way they make you comfortable, and they really want to know whether you are comfortable. Right. And when see, we come from a space of insecurity, especially artists, in the sense whenever we are in front of camera, there are 50 people to judge whether we are good enough performers, because even till your death, people will think that okay, he's an accidental actor. Someday he might fail. So if your co-actors don't believe in you, and if they are superstars, which whom you have adored all your life, then it's a big challenge for you. I think the way they made me comfortable, and both of them used to compliment the smallest of gestures, that if I did something right, they used to hey, how did you do that? That was right. So I think that was their greatness, and because of that, I'm sitting here comfortable without thinking how am I sitting, am I offending them? Nothing, that's their greatness.
Lovely. So all the best for 45.
Thank you.
And so glad you could join us. I know you were delayed, but...
No, actually I was supposed to come fast. We had a lunch in somebody's house. That's why
And the traffic is always bad, so that is always...
Nowadays, I don't know why it became like, because I've been a Chennai boy always.
Oh, Chennai, so much. So,
now it is...
Now if you do a romantic scene, the traffic will be the main, villain. That will be the main villain, not brother, calling him brother. Just kind of, why didn't you come on time? Or something like that. That would be the main thing. But thanks so much. All the best for 45 looks like a very interesting project, and all the best.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Mritu towels from Ramraj. Premium cotton and bamboo towels. Super soft, super absorbent.
டார்லிங் சோலார் 20,500 முன்பணத்தில் இப்பொழுது சோலார் மூலம் இலவச மின்சாரம்.
Presta Premium Women's Wear. Let your body love it.